Christian community of the early centuries decided to, one, not incinerate, preserve the body for that time. Now, is there a biblical teaching on that? Did Paul say you need? No, he did not. But it was a tradition or a practice that was begun. And so, unlike the pagan Romans who burnt their dead and put the ashes, the Christian communities that are going to be burgeoning and booming within this capital here are going to decide to bury their dead. If you're going to bury your dead, you need more space. You're going to want to bury together with your loved ones. Does that sound familiar? A husband by his wife, with grandma, somebody that shares the faith. So all those of the Christian faith as opposed to the pagan faith want to be buried together. And we need space, a lot of space. Above ground, not available, expensive. Underground, there are 40 different catacombs. This is just one of them, one of 5 big ones. And there are 4 to 5 million bodies buried underneath the ground, okay? Now that's over a period of about 250 years. So they began about 150 and they stopped around 370. Between 150 after Christ and 380 after Christ, they buried their dead down in these tunnels underneath here. They needed space. They wanted to be buried by each other. So professional diggers called fossori would haul dirt from up in these shafts that you're going to see and create miles and miles, over 40 miles underground in 5 different levels. First level is the oldest, 5th level is the youngest. First level is 2nd century, 5th level is 4th century. This is all volcanic material. It's called tufo. It's easy to dig. You take a shovel and you do like that, and it's like crunching through sugar. It's porous, volcanic rock. So it's great. It's easy to the effort. And then, however, the best thing of all is that after you dig, it doesn't collapse on you because a chemical reaction between the volcanic rock and air, when air has contact with it, makes it solidify and make it like cement. Between the 8th century AD and the 18th century AD, 1,000 years, no one went underneath there. Everybody knew that they once had been there, that for 2.5 centuries, the earliest Christian community in Rome had been had a massive number of bodies of Christians buried underneath here. It wasn't just naive slaves that were buried down here. What you didn't see in this catacomb is some of the wealthier tombs. One right over there called St. Sebastian. It has some of the crypts, underground crypts of very wealthy families. Early Christians did not do art. Did not do art. Early Christians did not do crosses. What were the symbols? He saw no depictions of Mary, Joseph, apostles, none, zero, nada. What Old Testament commandment resonates big time in the catacombs, in the cemeteries of the first Christians? No graven images. No graven images. God says, don't try to make a statue out of me. Don't make a painting of me. God is spirit. What images of Jesus did he point out down there? A symbol, first symbol of Jesus. He pointed out, we were down there, those images. The shepherd Christ, it's a young, unbearded shepherd Christ with a lamb. That's the earliest one you'll find down there. What are the symbols that you see on that wall? Ichthus, okay? Jesus Christ of God, Son, Savior. The word fish, ichthus in Greek. Jesus Christos Theou Huios Soter, mean Jesus Christ. It's an acronym of Christ, okay? The anchor, symbol of hope. There is he called it Eucharist, Lord's Supper, as you might call it, okay? None of the apostles are here. Peter and Paul, I do believe, were martyred in Rome. We have no clue where they are. However, there is a church, St. Paul outside the walls, that says has the remains of Paul. The remains of Peter, of course, are said to be in St. Peter's, in the most sacred spot of any Catholic church.